Good morning, everyone. Today is gonna be day one of classroom setup of year 3, and as much as I'm excited to go back into the classroom after being off for 6 weeks and having a summer break and really just truly thriving and enjoying myself, the thought of a new school year always gives me some anxiety, and it could be hard sometimes. And I know when things get hard, especially with just being able to talk through anything dealing with my profession or just personal things I'm going through, seeking out professional help is so helpful for that. That's why I'm so glad to share with you guys today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you unbiased advice, which is so nice. It's good to have someone else who's removed from the situation to really help you through whatever you're going through. And it's super easy to get started. First, you go to their site and you can use my link, betterhelp.com/amandamonroee. I'll even have it linked down below. You just answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. And what I love about it is you can do it all from the comfort of your own home, whatever you feel the most comfortable, so either a phone call, text message, or video chat. So they just make it really easy to get started, especially if you're also a teacher like me who has a busy schedule. They can help and support you even if you don't have a flexible schedule. So let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/amandamonroee or choose Amanda Monroe during sign up and enjoy a special discount your first month. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started and head off to my classroom. I'm not taking much. I'll show you guys once we get there, but I'm actually hoping AC is working because last year if you watched my setup videos, the AC was not working and it was 120 degrees outside, and I'm hoping not to melt again. But I have some books and headphones to take, so I'll take those. But other than that, luckily won't have so much to take because I do have mostly everything in there already. But let's go ahead and head out now. All right guys, back in my classroom, and being here makes me just so happy actually. Not gonna lie, rolling up in the parking lot, I was a little anxious to be back just because it's been so long, but stepping into my classroom makes me actually so happy. Like, I love it here, and I'm just so happy with what I've done to this space. Like, literally when you walk in, like, so many family members and staff members and students always compliment like how this room makes them feel, and makes me happy. Anyway, so I'll show you guys what it looks like right now stepping in. Okay, so at the last day of school, we had to move everything on that side of our classroom. That way they can clean this side of the floor, and then sometime during summer, they switch it, that way they can clean the front of the classroom. So they moved everything back here. Here's what it's looking like. It just feels so fun and fresh, and I love it here. It just has like the perfect amount of decor and color, but without it being like color throughout. So I don't know, this space is just so fun. I like don't know where to begin. I really don't. I'm like, okay, do I tackle the shelves? Which last summer, if you guys watched my classroom setup, my friend and I totally went in here and cleaned out all of the cabinets. So they're pretty organized, but I might start with cabinets first and then slowly put my library together, just because all my books are literally scattered, and I'd rather work on that because I know that'll be a long time. So I'll probably work on my cabinets and then move on to my library. But yeah, it does feel good to be back in here. At the end of the year, all of my reading textbooks went into this cabinet, and then the last day of school, I noticed that it was too heavy and kind of broke that shelf. So I'm gonna take those books out and like reorganize that just because it's falling. But in general, like honestly, it's like pretty organized. Show you guys a little closer view. Here's what it looks like currently. Like I said, it's really organized. I do have all the books and subjects in kind of the same area, but this is too heavy. Normally these books were kept in their desks during the school year, but at the end of the year, once we were starting to clean out, I ended up putting all of them in there, and obviously it's too heavy. So I'm gonna take those out, and hopefully I can fix it. If not, I'll ask the custodian. I feel like I should be able to fix it. I think just the little hook thing came off of it, but I'm gonna try and do that now. Okay, it's definitely worse than I thought. It's completely broken. Literally both corners. are broken. So that's lovely. It will completely need to get, I think, a new shelf. And there's so many books too. All these books I ended up just putting on my desk, but that really sucks, honestly, because now I just have to wait for that to get fixed. Yeah, and I don't know where else to put these books, so I guess they're just gonna stay there for now. And really, honestly, everything else, I just have like my mat stuff here. These were just extra borders that I've had. Here's some like bulletin board decor I keep in here. My paper cutter. And then the back, it's just like different math stuff. But like, to be honest, you guys, like most of the stuff I never even used during the school year. So that's why I feel like it's such a waste of space. And that's like an old curriculum stuff that is just taking up space in here. And I wish I could clear out all the stuff we don't need, but I don't know where else it would go. So I'm just gonna keep it in there for now. And I think this is honestly good enough. This needs to go with the science books. I don't like how these are hanging, but I don't know where else to put these either. So there you go. Tucked away is better. Okay, that's good for today. Coming over here, I just kept a lot of my extra supplies in here, and I kept extra supplies down here. So I think that's good. At the beginning of the year, I never caught this typo. It says colors instead of colored. So I'm gonna keep this for now and then just restock it. And then in here, I have rulers and some pencil pouches. So this is just some storage, and then more storage. And then here I have storage for different things. Supplies, which I guess those could go in the marker. These can go in the marker section. Manipulatives, STEM stuff. And then don't like the bottom of here. It's just too much of a mess. So I might store a lot of these stuff, but I also want students to be able to access them. They would play with these STEM toys like on Fun Friday and stuff, but I might move it to the bottom cabinet. That way I can put some other storage in there. Over here, it is a mess. I do need to organize this. It's really not too bad, but I do want to organize this. There's a bunch of STEM toys and things that, and I have extra storage bins that they could be placed in. Some supplies that could go in, some extra supplies that could go in these storage containers. Again, yeah, I could definitely organize this. Same with this one. As much as I organize it throughout the year, it just gets more messier. This is just an extra one that did break, so I kept it in here for extra storage. So a lot of those extra miscellaneous things I definitely could store in here. These are just PD books and some other books like that are in that cabinet, but I could probably store all my books in this cabinet. So definitely gonna get to work on this. I literally thought I was going crazy this year because I could not find our like new set of scissors anywhere. Like we were down to just a few, and I was like, where did my scissors go? I just found them in the cabinet. So good thing I'm cleaning out stuff, but I'm gonna reorganize these. Okay, I decided to put a lot of these Journeys books just in this empty cabinet, just because I'm noticing I definitely will have some freed up space. So I'm gonna do that just because I don't want it out. Like I really do hate clutter, so I just want everything to be organized and in a spot. So currently I had like a bunch of markers in one of the bins that I ended up using, and I'm like, well, it needs to go in its correct spot, so I'm putting it where it needs to go. Had this bin in there and labeled the entire school year and never actually put markers in there. So doing that now. If there was ever a type C teacher, it's me, I swear. Try and be organized, do it. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. So yeah, I'm doing that now, clearing up some space, and I'm enjoying the progress we're making. I feel like we're doing good on that progress. I have a bunch of sets in there in that storage too, but I realized I honestly rather just keep them single, because my first year teaching, I kept like a set of markers in their caddies, and that went south so quick. Just drawing on their caddies, destroyed, missing markers. These cardboard packages were ripped up in like 2 days. So I've learned my lesson in just like keeping single markers out when we need them, because it's not so often. It's like more occasional times where we actually are using our markers and stuff. So when that time comes, just taking out the bin and passing those markers out, I found is a way better management for my class. So doing that This made me realize how many markers we actually have too. Like this bin is full, and this definitely will last them the whole year because again, it's not often where they need them, so that's great. Finding out we actually are pretty good when it comes to markers. All right, this cabinet looks good to me, so we're gonna move on to this one. And I'm clearing up so much space, which is literally so nice because I can figure out where other things can go. And hopefully the less that's in there, the more I can keep it organized next year, so that's pretty good. And I literally found a whole new bucket of markers, so yeah. Definitely don't need markers. Again, I'm gonna take them out of here and put them in here. Keep them in this tray. Actually, I might use this tray for something else and put them in that extra storage bin that I have in that other cabinet. So yeah. I decided to just put the Journeys books in this cabinet. I think it'll just help that all of the weight's distributed. And then once that cabinet gets fixed, figure out what else I can do with it and probably reorganize that cabinet just so that way more things are easy access, because I think a lot of it I didn't use because it was in the bag and was not visible, or even put those toys that I said that are in here in there. So it gives us a lot more room. And with the reorganization too, like most of that stuff, like all those books in this cabinet will be moved to the next one. So I think, hopefully, I think it should be fine with the weight distribution, but doing that, and let's hope it doesn't break. It shouldn't break because the weight's now all distributed, but, and then once the school year starts, all of those textbooks will stay in the kids' desks anyway for easy access and everything. So again, we'll free up a lot of space, which is nice. So I have this storage container, again, that was literally never used, and I got it for all of my task cards, and these have just been sitting in my cabinet literally all year. So I'm finally going to take all of those and organize them again where they belong. So I'm doing that now. My camera's about to die, but I'll talk to you guys soon. So a lot of my seasonal books are kept in here, so I moved all the books in there that were in this cabinet into that cabinet. I'm sorry with my makeshift camera since my other camera died, but yeah, now I'm going to finish up this cabinet and we'll be done. Good morning, guys. It's day 2 of classroom setup. I'm really excited to go in, make some more progress in my classroom. As you guys saw yesterday, finished up my cabinets, and then today I'll tell you guys once I get in my classroom what my plan is. I think I mentioned it yesterday how I want to work on my classroom library today. We'll see how long that takes me because yesterday it took a lot longer than I thought to do the cabinets, but I don't want to be there for longer than a couple hours. My plan was just to go in a couple hours every single day and not spend too much time there, but I will do that if I have time. Roll out my rug, put out my desks. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll see you guys once I get to my classroom. All right, so I'm in my classroom now, and it doesn't look much different from yesterday since yesterday I only worked on my cabinets, but I'll show you guys this. And this is why I want to focus on my classroom library today, because there's just so many books everywhere, and I think once I move those big pieces of furniture and then my desks, it will just be easier to finish up this space. So I'm gonna work on that now. All right, so I went ahead and moved over my bookshelves. So I put a couple here. I don't have a corner in this classroom, so my library is split up, and then the other 2 here. And I love the idea that I did of just cutting laminating strips, and then I used a dry erase marker to put their birthdays on. So right now I also cleaned those off, and great idea because you don't have to replace it every year, and then when students leave and you get a new student, it just is really easy to add or take off. So I actually did really like that idea, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the books in the bookshelf. And I do get asked if I have a specific way I set up my classroom library, and I actually don't. I do split up my picture books and my chapter books, but other than that, like, they go to specials every week where the books are already organized per their level. So in here, I know they're gonna get disorganized, so I just don't really have a system, and it's been working. So because I know it takes so much work and then for it to just get messed up. So yeah, I just separate my picture books and chapter books, and that's it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. It took me 2 hours later, library is done. I ended up getting rid of a lot of books that were destroyed, so that actually was nice to clean out, especially since we did get a good chunk of new books in our library from a PD that I had. So we got some extra space in here, which is great. And here's what the library is looking like on this side. And then if you walk over here, my library on this side. So I'll still add a couple books on here to help with some decor. And then I normally have pillows there, but I just put them in this huge bag that I came in with those new books. And then one in a bag for that pillow. I'm going to go home and take them home and wash them because they are so gross and dusty. So take them home, wash them, bring it back, and my rug from my classroom library. So I'm gonna wash that, bring it back tomorrow. And that way I can finish my classroom library corner tomorrow, and then also tomorrow I'll move all the desks, and I feel like once the desks are put out, I feel like everything will just fall together. So tomorrow I can get a good chunk done, which I think will be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video and seeing my classroom setup days 1 and 2. There'll definitely be another one coming your way, so make sure you stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.